You're welcome back. This is Editors Forum, and of course, we're zoning on the biggest stories for this week. Well, we cannot live without discussing this issue of direct primaries and indirect primaries. Which would you subscribe to? It does appear there's this subtle battle between those at the National Assembly, the senators and representatives, and the sitting governors. I wonder why. Well, I'm trying not to, but gentlemen, I wonder what's your reading of this, the passage of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, Stephen?
First and foremost, I would say it's been a long time coming. We are not so we are
so
supposed
it's long
to
overdue.
No, it's long overdue. In fact, we are supposed to have passed this level by now. We are supposed to be talking about how to totally change our electoral system and move electronic. But be it as it may, we are here right now, so let's go with it. The first attempt to get us to have this was when the 2017 Electoral Act was sent to the president, and the man refused to assent his approval.
The president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Well, he refused to sign, citing some discrepancies in the document. But political watchers or pundits at that time said that, look, it's because the man wants to ensure that he comes back for a second term. Now he's back in the second term. The Senate, after a lot of legal or war, I may put it that way, have now approved it, and they are now sending it back to him again. Now, back to the issue of direct or indirect primaries. I have a very, very simple opinion on this. It is basically, for me, left for the political parties to decide which way they want to go. Because it's all about presenting candidates that will run under those political parties when the next election comes in. My thought or my take about this election is with the fact that, do we have an INEC body that can actually conduct this election the way we want it?
All right, because we're pressed for time, we have to run very quickly as possible.
Let me just.
All right, maybe you should round off your thoughts. Are you done?
No, well, I had wanted to say that with the way that our INEC is running elections these days, I'm not too comfortable with that. I'm even doubting if whether even with this, whether we'll be able to achieve at least 80% of elections that will be accepted by all candidates and said, no, this is truly fair. Yeah, fair.
Tony, okay, perhaps we should speak to Dr. Mohammed, then we'll come back to you. Okay. Dr. Mohammed, thank you so much for standing by. Because I know that somehow you are tilted to the ruling All Progressives Congress. Forgive me, but are you very okay with this idea of direct primaries against indirect primaries? Are you very okay with that? Let's begin from there, please.
Perfect, 100%. I was a victim in 2011 when I gone for House of Representatives. It's a perfect system where you see contestants who come, they will know people will line up behind them. It's very glaring and very vivid. People will know the winner at that point in time. So I think that one, there will be fairness, there will be credibility in the system, and people will be happy. You see, the way we use delegates in this country, I've been, even when I contested for governorship in Kaduna State, it was those delegates that failed us. Delegates move from one aspirant to another. They will collect money from this one, collect from the other one. They will come. They will even be swearing to Quran and the Bible. But at the end of the day, when they give them money, they will not do the right thing. And that's why our democratic system in Nigeria has been having problems. I think with this, by the time there is internal democracy in our party system and people are happy, I think things will move well. You see, now that the governors are not happy because they are the ones installing the wrong people that will be elected into the various positions in this country, ranging from the state assemblies, chairman, House Reps members and the Senate. So whether they like it or not, these governors, they must accept these direct primaries so that
just a moment, please, because we are absolutely pressed for time. I hate to break your flow of thought. Will this cause some sort of problems for your party, the APC, especially less than 2 years, 1 year and a few months to 2023? Don't you think that this is going to cause a lot of uncertainties, instability in your party, the APC?
The discussants in the studio now, they said we need to, well, as we are failing, we should be making corrections. I think that is right. We must have to do things to make this country a great country. If some people who feel they have the money and they have the power agree, so be it. If the masses of this country are happy, I don't think there's anything wrong in that. So it's not going to cause any problem. The only thing, if you are a carpenter, you are a peasant farmer, or you are a journalist, and you don't have money, you want to contest for election in this country, you should be given plain level ground. And that's what the direct primary is all saying. So at the end of the day, even if these people that have money and power agree, we'll bring them back and tell them, look, you have taken your national cake, let other people do it. I think that will be the best way out of these woods. So, but lastly, I want to, we've been discussing with you, we must have to put Nigeria first. There should be no religious bigotry, no sentiments, no sectionalism and tribalism. When we do that, Nigeria is going to be a great country. We have all the text in this country to be a great,
absolutely pressed for time, and we have to go now. Thank you so much for your contributions. We need to get reactions here from the studios as well. Tony, you haven't said anything about this.
So please,
so perhaps
see the direct primaries and the indirect primaries. No problem. Both are subject to manipulation.
Because the way we are celebrating it, it looks as if all the problems are over.
The direct primaries, the indirect, of course, they're from the states. You know, lists being drawn by governors, they go through, and people are going to, you know, through primary, they select delegates, you know, that we can go and take decision for the party and all that. But this one now, we witnessed in 2000, the emergence of the present occupier of Lagos State Government House, when Ambode was on it, you know, being exited, and they sent delegation from Abuja. There was direct primary, you know, APC in Lagos said it's going to be direct, and we know what happened. In situation where we know in Nigeria today we have godfathers in all the states, where a godfather said this is the line you're towing, and because direct primary says all members of the party who can't carry members of the party will not have access to who wins or who runs for an office. So everybody comes, and the godfather in question will say, toe this line, follow this person, vote for. I mean, it's still subject to manipulation, because at the end of the day, those people who are in charge of these states, because I mean, every year we see people go and renew new voters and all that, we alter the voters register. Some people are in charge, and so they control membership of parties in these states. So when it comes to election or selecting of candidates who are going to vie for offices, they are still in charge. So you're running from the governor, and then at the end of the day, somebody within the state who controls it, because almost all the states have this problem, controls. So we want like from fry pan to fire. There's no escape.
So I'm wondering, just because.
So I don't know why we're celebrating it. No,
yes, just because the senators and House of Reps members, it looks as if they are
fighting each other. They of course, the members of the National Assembly are having issues with the state governors, and for them it's victory. But it's not over yet.
Yes. So one final question: yes or no? Because we're absolutely pressed for time. I hope we still have Dr. Mohammed back. Let's begin with you, Dr. Tony. Mr. Tony.
He's on his way.
On his way.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you think the president, Mr. President, he's in Paris at the moment? Do you think he's going to assent to this? Just yes or no?
Well, I let the governors are trying to, you know, get to Mr. President. Well, we are waiting for him to come back from France and then see how they can meet him. That's the governors' forum, you know, to delay assent to the bill. And if I know Nigeria very well, it may happen.
All right, Mr. Stephen.
Well, we can't say, because if in 2016 or 2017 he delayed assent, and at the end of the day we ended up not using it at all, it might still be the same with this one.
I pray science.
Let's
just test it and see.
My own view and my own prayers is that I pray he signs it. And like I said earlier,
we are praying. We've been praying.
I pray he signs it.
The political parties have a right to decide which way they want to go, so that we can our own this thing headache should be if whether the present INEC we have can actually conduct these elections the way we want it.
Let's allow Dr. Mohammed also respond to that question. Doctor, the president has just a year and a few months to leave office. Based on his antecedents, pedigree, what have you? Do you think he's going to assent to this bill?
The president is a very honest and sincere man, and he likes Nigerians. He's going to assent to him. We know him. We are very close to him. But what that man said, INEC as a regulatory body must make sure that when the direct primaries are conducted, they must make sure the right results are announced. We are going to make sure we monitor it, and Nigerians should monitor it. There will be no problems at all.
The program this afternoon. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being on the program.